The physicality of the Queen is very distinctive. It was the glasses that always pulled the whole thing together.
I think she is just a woman and a mother and a wife and a daughter, and also happens to be the Queen of England.
Her hair, there's only one woman in the world with that hairdo.
No member of the royal family will speak publicly about this. This is a private matter.
When you read critical books and uncritical books and you start finding a consensus down the middle, you know, there was this personality that started revealing itself to me, who was honest and decent and fun-loving and warm, above all responsible to her duty as the monarch, and everything else had to take second place to that, including her family.
Do you suppose I could borrow it for a couple of days? Just to practice?
It wasn't the real crown. It wasn't the real crown jewels. They didn't let us borrow them. But genuinely, you really do have to hold yourself properly, and I did have to practice with it quite a lot. I didn't put it on and go, oh my God, I have found my place. It wasn't like all of a sudden I realised that, it was very impressive and really beautiful replica, actually. And also it didn't really fit, so it was a bit wibbledy-wobbledy, and we had to stuff it with lots of stuff to make it fit, because Jared wears the same crown. So
it didn't fit him either.
It didn't fit him either.
Well, yes, playing Queen Anne's much easier because no one remembers what she was like. So I could sort of do anything. But Queen Elizabeth, everybody knows,
Yes.
her hair. There's only one woman in the world with that hairdo.
Yes. How is it taking over for somebody who was impersonating the woman?
I literally, for the first few weeks, did do an impression of Claire. I thought I was just trying to channel Claire. And then now, don't know what I'm doing now, but it's so much fun to do.
I met the Queen very briefly about 5-6 years ago. And I was lucky that I met her in an environment and a situation that she was very relaxed in. And so she was relaxed and happy and having a good time. And she was absolutely charming and twinkly and sweet.
I think it's very, very easy to see her as just strong, but I think she's many, many other things. I think she's very, very vulnerable, and there's a strength there, but she doesn't see that as a quality in herself. I don't think people do. And real strength, real fortitude and kind of endurance. And that generation were very like that anyway. They were very
Stoic.
Keep calm and carry on, really.
I think that would be presumptuous of me to imagine that playing the part I would have any insight into what it's actually like. That's a lifetime of having to be a certain way. I can only imagine, It's been an honour to play it, but I wouldn't dare to presume.
You don't think I would have preferred to grow up out of the spotlight? Away from court? Away from the scrutiny and the visibility? A simpler life?
I was very drawn to the Queen as a young girl, and realising that the true personality of this little girl was, even before she became Queen, full of a sense of responsibility, a sense of doing it the right way, doing the right thing in the right way. And I think she still is that little good girl, trying her best to do the right thing in a very formalised world and not wanting to betray that tradition or that history.
It's amazing to see her starting out and figuring out how on earth to do this monumental task that was ahead of her, and that it's good to realise that she was scared and that she was unprepared and that she's human.
If I met the Queen, I'd quite like to ask her what other jobs she would have liked, had she had a choice. Yes, I think everybody says what's in her handbag, but I don't care what's in her handbag. I'd quite like to know what she would have liked to have been if she'd been able to choose what she wanted.